You are about to see what I would do to take 3 of my subscribers' products to 6 figures per year. Let's do it. What is up, soldiers? Yaniv here, and welcome back to Amazon FBA Bootcamp. If you guys see some differences, it's because I am in a new studio. Let me know what you guys think of it down below, but that's not what this video is about. So you guys definitely know that there are many gurus out there on Amazon FBA who literally don't teach you anything. They make tons of videos, but give out no information. Now, there is a reason for that. If you actually want to get the information, you're gonna need to buy their course. I'm not here to try to sell you guys anything. If you guys have been subscribed for a little while now, you know that I like to get into the nitty-gritty of Amazon FBA and show you guys actionable steps to take to actually see success in your Amazon FBA business. But if you guys are new here, my name is Yaniv. I am a multiple 6-figure Amazon FBA seller and have been selling on Amazon for almost a year and a half now. So there's tons of great information for you guys here. And another thing I'm gonna be doing on the channel is actually giving away 2 one-on-one personal calls with me. And literally you guys can ask me anything you guys want about Amazon FBA and I will be there to help you out. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment "done" with your favorite quote attached to it in the comments below, and I will be picking someone who inspires me. So make sure these quotes are very inspirational. Let me repeat that for you guys. I will be giving away 2 one-on-one mentorship calls every single video for people who subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below "done" with your favorite quote that inspires me. Seriously guys, you can ask me literally anything on Amazon FBA. If you want, I can check out your product, I can check out your listing, I can check out everything and make sure you are doing everything correctly. On top of that, there's another thing I'm gonna do to help you guys out. So if you don't know yet, the most important thing online and especially on Amazon FBA is making sure that you're selling the right product. You could be doing everything else right, and if you don't have the right product, it's gonna be a total uphill battle for you. You could have an amazing listing, you could have tons of good reviews and an optimized PPC campaign, but still it will be very, very difficult. So one new thing I'm gonna be doing in the videos is actually sharing 1 potentially profitable products for you guys to look at. Again, I did not do the due diligence, the complete due diligence on these products, but I wanna show you guys, potential products that you guys can look at and potentially find good products through that one. It's there so that you guys get a better understanding of what exactly you are looking for. I'm also not gonna be giving this potentially good product out at the beginning of the video or at the end. I'm gonna be sneaking in somewhere in the middle of this video, at the midpoint somewhere. You guys will have to stick around to see it. I will literally stop whatever I'm doing and show you guys the potentially profitable product and break it down for you guys a little bit and why I think it might be good. So enough of all that, let's get into what you guys are here for. So potentially you could be selling a pretty good product, but if your listing and all the stuff on the back end and the front end are not perfect, you will definitely be missing out on tons of sales that you should be getting. Another thing is that you're leaving yourself vulnerable to somebody coming into the market and taking it over completely. And that's why I'm making this video. And no, I'm not actually going into my subscribers' products and changing them from 0 to 6 figures a year. But what I will be doing is actually going into the products and checking what they're doing wrong to tell you guys what you should look out for when you're making your product listings and your product to make sure that you are maximizing the amount of sales you should be getting. So like I said earlier, remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below "done" when you've done that with your favorite quote that's gonna inspire me for your chance to win one of the 2 one-on-one mentorship calls I'm gonna be giving away in this video. So guys, let's get right into it. Today, like I said, we're gonna be looking over some of the products that my subscribers have sent to me. Yes, I have gotten permission from all of them to do this. And no, these products are not the best products you could be doing, but they've already invested in this and I wanna show them how they can kind of recoup their money and actually even turn this potentially into a more profitable product. So I don't recommend going into any of the products that I'm gonna show you today, but I wanna show you guys what you could do to improve your own listings. So let's start off with this one, okay? Let's start off with the title. That is usually the most important part. And one of the things I noticed right off the bat is this A Coco 520. I guess that is the brand of this, product, but that is one of the biggest mistakes I keep seeing people make. One of the things you wanna be doing with Amazon is building a brand, obviously, but when nobody knows what your brand is and when you're not really selling much, that's one of the things you wanna be careful of. What I would recommend you do there is put the most relevant, biggest keyword in the beginning. Don't worry about putting your brand. So instead of that, he should have had Jade Roller at the beginning. Another thing, just analyzing this picture right here, I'm not a big fan of the pictures on here. The pictures aren't too great at all. They don't have, there's nothing that's really popping out at me. The stone kind of looks faded and it's really, there's nothing appealing to me about this picture. Another thing is, I don't know what this thing is. and it's really not showing me well of what that product is. I guess you can kind of see here, but It's not enough. And in the product features, I'm seeing that he has his brand name in them, which is not great at all. That's one thing you want to look out for as well. And let's look at the product description, because that's another important thing. So he knows how to use the HTML. That looks good. Another thing I think he should have is more keywords in here. So maybe have a little paragraph kind of talking about the product and what its uses are. I'd probably also lower the price for now, because when you're trying to rank, you want to have a pretty low price. This one is kind of median with the market, so maybe one at like $11 or $12 while you're trying to rank. And if you guys don't know what ranking means, it's basically just getting yourself closer to the first page. The more product sales you get, the more you get pushed to the first page. And once you get to the first page is where 80% of the people make their sales choices, so you're more likely to make a lot more money that way. And another important thing is this guy has been selling for 129 days, which is far too long to only have 6 reviews. So I would obviously recommend getting a ton more reviews, as many as you possibly can, especially in a market like the Jade Roller, which is a little bit saturated at this point. The next product we're gonna go over is this dog whistle, okay? This dog whistle is actually there's a few things wrong with it, and I've spoken to my subscriber, and I've obviously tried to help him out a little bit, but let's go over some of the things that are wrong with this listing. So one thing that I do like before we go into the wrongs is that there is a coupon. Say 5% is a great thing you can use to actually make more sales with your product. It's very simple to put in, and it does make your conversions a lot better. And the last thing that I actually do like about this product is that the pictures are zoomable, so you can actually zoom in on them. They're high quality pictures, and that's pretty much the only great things about this listing. Now let's get into some of the stuff that this should be improved here. For example, I never recommend people go into a product with this many variations. I don't even recommend more than one product at a time, at least for your first one, because that's gonna be very difficult. So variations, not a great idea on your first product. Another thing is, this product is a very small product, so what you would wanna do in this listing is potentially blow up these pictures so that your product is showing more of this, your product actually shows in the picture, because it kind of gets lost in the amount of white in here. It's kind of hard to see it. Another thing I don't really like about the pictures is that there aren't a lot of people with their dogs. So there's one here, but I mean, this is not a great picture. It's photoshopped in here, so it's not even a real picture. But you want to have a lot of people using your product. You want to have just have settings where your product would actually be. So if it's an outside, so this is a good picture for that, but you want to have more of people using your product than just all these white pictures. Another thing is that there are too few reviews. You want to have more reviews than this, especially in markets like this, because 11 reviews is far too little to actually be able to stand out from the rest of the crowd. Another thing I don't really like is the product features. So he does have headings, right? Kind of like a heading right here, but he doesn't capitalize them, which is something you should be doing to kind of let them stand out. So instead of having just your dog's hearing like that, you might want to have it capitalized, so I can easily, as a customer, easily see what I'm looking at. So command and direct, right? Never lose your whistle. Okay, so you want to have this stuff capitalized so I can instantly see it as a customer. Another thing that does help with that is actually getting a thing like this. It's literally a check mark. I use it for most of my listings. You can copy and you can put it at the beginning of your features. I don't think it's too against terms of service. You really won't get in trouble for doing that, but it really does draw the attention to the features and to the important part that a customer should see. That's pretty much all I could find for this one. Now, I'm sure you guys have been waiting for this for a little while, and I'm gonna show you guys now the product of the day. Basically, today's product is this bamboo charcoal air purifier bags. And I found this on doing some product research. I did not go into it because it did not fit my niche, but it does seem like it could be a very good product. So they're both very low reviews, and they're a little bit different, but they're still purifying bags. If you guys don't know, this market is very highly competitive. So if you type in deodorant, bamboo activated charcoal bags, there's gonna be a lot of people with a lot of reviews, but these guys have stood out because they have done a small differentiation. If you guys know me, if you guys know the channel, I talk about switching it up, differentiating yourself from the competition all the time. And this is what I was talking about. You see, it has a check mark. So there's different types of check marks. Sorry, sidetrack. What he did here is that he did the air purifying bags. He has a couple different variations, and also he added these hooks. There is nobody out there adding the hooks, so he is now selling a pretty crazy amount. I'll open up the Jungle Scout and show you guys. If you guys don't know what this is Jungle Scout. I have a link to it in the description. What it does is pull up the product, how much each product is making. and it's kind of an estimate, a really, really highly accurate estimate of how much each product is making. So in this case, this one is making 9,000. There's also another one right here. So another 4-pack making 13,000 with 14 reviews. Here's another one. Oh, well, that's a different product. So this is a pretty good product to go into with a little bit of differentiation. Now, another differentiation I saw in this market was this one right here, which they turned it into a triangle, which is, I mean, that's pretty cool, I guess. Like, it speaks for itself though. See, these pictures are very good. They have a ton of lifestyle pictures. They have against white, then they have lifestyle pictures. So this is a highly optimized listing. It is a very good listing right here with good pictures, good title stuff, right? Whatever. Only 8 reviews. And if I pull up the Jungle Scout here, you can see that it is making, you know, $5,000 a month with only 8 reviews. That's pretty good. And you know, you can easily making a good amount of money from a product like this. So now let's get into the last product. So what I would do differently here is actually, once you take a look at the pictures, it looks decent, but what I would like to do here is actually add some pictures of, you know, a family or something with, you know, the cake, because there's really nothing except for cake pictures here. There's nothing that puts you into that setting of, you know, birthday party or something like that, where you can actually connect with what is happening in the picture. So there's no people, there's no nothing like that. Also, I think I would move this picture higher up to the top or put it in the first image, because over here, you know, you don't really, well, in this picture, you don't really know what it comes with. And here you can see that it comes with some eyelashes or something. I don't know what this is. You should probably have these eyelashes also included in this picture so that people know that these things are actually included, because when you look at this, I really don't know what's part of it and what's not as a customer. Another thing is, you can see the product prices have been really cheap on this product. I think I would recommend you guys go with stuff that's a little bit more expensive, because this stuff is very low priced, which means there's very low profits. So one thing this guy does have is he has a 7 customer reviews with 5-star rating. One thing you want to do with that is actually make sure that you are getting more reviews than 7, because launching in a competitive market like this is actually pretty difficult. You know, the first page does have a lot of reviews, so you might want to have more reviews than that to launch. Another thing is, I don't think he's actually running a good amount of PPC, because with 5 stars, it should be a lot easier to rank when you have 5 stars. So run PPC. Another thing I'm noticing is that he has 2, so he has another hijacker here, as someone selling under his listing, which is something he should be definitely getting rid of as soon as possible. You don't want anyone selling your product except for you. Now let's check out the description. Looks like nothing interesting here, nothing, you know, that's actually very mind-blowing. I would make sure that this is a better, you know, make it formatted better so it looks better. Maybe something like this guy had, you know, this one looks, you know, a lot better, a lot more appealing to me than this. So make sure that you do that. Also add some, you know, some stuff to intrigue the customer to buy. Obviously, some of the advice that I said does look like small, insignificant changes, but when you start adding them up, they really do make a big difference.
Hey Yaniv, I have a question for you. Should I only sell on the US marketplace, or should I consider other marketplaces like Canada or Mexico?
If you guys want to ask me questions, remember that you can ask me questions at Real Yaniv Itzkovich. Send them to, you know, I'll put like a thing here that you might be able to scan, I'm not sure. But as for your question, you know, you can sell on pretty much any single marketplace and make a good amount of money. The only thing is, I probably would recommend you start in the US marketplace, because that is where e-commerce is growing the fastest and also where there is the most amount of customers. So even though there's a little more competition, there is a lot more customers there. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for the chance to win the one-on-one personal calls with me, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace.